All right, guys, man, we got UFC 296, Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington, guys, and we are on UFC 5, something a little bit different, but UFC 5 has this feature into the game where you can bet on the fights with UFC 5 points. So, guys, I will be making you guys UFC 5 points this week. So stick in tune with me, guys. All in all, like the video, subscribe. You already know what to do. At this point, I ain't gotta tell you to. Just do it. But we're not gonna start from the main card, but we are gonna go and review every fight and which fighter I think is gonna win, and possibly by knockout, TKO, submission, what limb. You don't know. I might just get jiggy with it, guys. Just tune in and let me cook, man. All in all, we got Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards as the main event. Co-main event is Andre Petroja versus Brandon Royval, which is going to be an amazing, stellar fight right there that I'm looking forward to watching. We got Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson, which is going to be another crazy fight, man. Shavkat Rakhmonov, the way that he bulldog choked Jeff Neal, that's nasty. And Stephen Thompson, he's a tough motherfucker. Those kicks, woo! Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett is another one, and we got Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary. So, guys, we got a good amount of cards to work with. The only thing that's a little bit concerning to me is that Ian Gary is not into the game. That is crazy, UFC 5, but that's another story for another day, guys. We're going to start off with the Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary card, though, man. All right, man. Ian Gary, the noise has been to him. And to be honest, I think this is great publicity for Ian Gary, man. If you guys don't know the story about Ian Gary, it's some crazy shit on, like, basically his wife made a book about how to get it's called POG. Basically, if you're a MILF, you're able to get the younger guys that are rich and shit. Basically, she wrote a book or something like that. And Ian Gary is married to his wife, which is basically kind of like a groomer, you will say. That's what people are calling her. And basically, as Ian Gary and his wife lives on, and keep in mind, Ian Gary also changed his last name to his wife's last name. What the fuck? Ian Gary is a long story, guys. If you don't know the story, look it up. You're going to be like, what the fuck? I really can't even explain it because it's some sick shit. All in all, I got Vicente Luque winning the fight. Oh, they got the method by TKO submission. It's going to go by decision. I got Vicente Luque. I don't like him getting fight of the night. I just like Vicente Luque by decision. 3-round fight. Vicente Luque. You understand who Vicente Luque is, guys? A real boxer, man. A guy that can actually hit left. The only thing that concerns me about Vicente Luque is that he's getting a little bit older. And Ian Gary is like the second highest favorite tonight when it comes to betting odds. Know what? We're going to go to safe side and go Ian Gary, guys. I like Vicente Luque though, man. If I with my money, I would bet on Vicente Luque. But all in all, Ian Gary, man, he's a tough son of a bitch. The rise on Ian Gary, if he wins this fight, is gonna be huge. He's gonna talk a lot of shit. He's gonna Ian Gary. He should be on a huge rise. The only thing that is concerning is who's gonna be in Ian Gary's corner because he doesn't have a training camp. He got kicked out of Leon Edwards, so there's no for sure corner man for him. And it's a lot of question marks with Ian Gary. But I'm going to just go with his pure skill and youthness to take the win against Vicente Luque. So that's my confirmation right there. Ian Gary winning by decision. Vicente Luque is a tough son of a bitch. I don't see Vicente Luque getting knocked out or submitted in this fight. I just don't see it. I can't visualize it. 3-round fight decision. We got Tony Ferguson versus Paddy the Baddy, man. I don't see how you pick Paddy the Baddy in this spot. Jared Gordon gave Paddy the Baddy a tough night out in his last fight. And Paddy the Baddy hasn't fought in a whole entire year? Tony Ferguson has been active. Granted, he's been getting knocked out. He's been getting beat. He got beat by Bobby Green, for crying fuck's sakes. Bobby Green should have beaten Jalen Turner, but Bobby Green, I learned that he's just not that good. So now it speaks to how good is Tony Ferguson is. Because Bobby Green isn't all that good, and he beat him. At this point, it's like the question mark is how good is, what Tony Ferguson are you getting? Now, one thing I will say, Tony Ferguson is scrappy. But guys, I'm going to go with the same method, and I'm going to go with youth in this fight, man. This is really, I got to go with youth. The youth is going to win the fight, and I'm going with Patty the Batty. I think Patty the Batty KOs or TKO him. And I believe that he can do this within 3 rounds. I think Patty the Batty could KO Tony Ferguson within 3 rounds, man. Tony Ferguson that chin is getting real glassy. And all it takes is 1 shot. Actually, I'm going to go with 2 rounds. I think Patty the Batty takes it home with a KO, and I think the fans roar. Bobby Green beat him in a first round fight, if I'm not mistaken. Was it first round? I'm not too sure. And he had another first round bout with Michael Chandler. I believe that the fight only went first round. If not, the fight got stopped early second round. I think Patty the Batty takes the win. Round 2, TKO. No, we're going to go round 3 on the safe side, TKO. I think that's the right pick. Patty the Batty beating Tony Ferguson by KO, TKO, round 3. All right. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson. Guys, I think Shavkat is the huge favorite in this fight. Besides Ian Gary, I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is number 1 when it comes to favorite, but don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure about it. He's going against Stephen Thompson. Now, Stephen Thompson is a tough night out. Tough night out. This fight, I really don't know who wins it, but then again, it's the same trend. Youth versus a veteran. And Stephen Thompson, this is really his last fight. If he loses his fight, there's no more title bouts. But one thing that I know that Stephen Thompson is in the fighting game for at this point is to have fun fights. I don't think he's really going into this fight, oh yeah, I'm going to win this fight and I'm going to chase my dreams for the UFC belt. I think he just wants fun fights at this moment. So I got Rakhmonov taking the win. I think Rakhmonov can do this within a 3-round bout decision. And I don't know if he gets fight of the night. I'm not betting on fight of the nights, guys. I'm not going to get that deep. But I think Shavkat takes it and 3-round decision. I think it's unanimous decision. I think it's just a beating, Andre Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. Another tough matchup right here, man. Kind of 2 youth guys. I know Brandon Royval is young. I seen this guy run a 9K like it was nothing. So one thing that we know about Brandon Royval is that he is not going to lose stamina within his 5-round bout. And one thing about the Pantoja, they're not going to lose stamina within this 5-round bout. This is going to be a dog fight of motherfuckers that really want to brawl. I don't think that this fight, for starters, goes 3 rounds. I really think it could end in 2. But I think this fight ends in 3 rounds. And I really got Pantoja winning this fight, guys. I think Pantoja could go ahead and dominate, man. I really seen this guy walk down Brandon Moreno. I really can't bet against that guy that's able to do that. So just for that alone, Pantoja could win this fight. Brandon Royval is a good contender that can put a good fight on. I just don't know. Man, Pantoja has mouths to feed. He has kids to feed. Brandon Royval, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't have any kids. I think this is fight of the night. If I really had to bet fight of the night, this is fight of the night right here. I think this is it ends in 3 rounds. Winner Pantoja. Last but not least, Colby Covington versus Leon Rocky Edwards, guys. Whoo! Headshot dead. Leon Edwards is he's a tough night out, I will say. Tough son of a bitch. Leon Edwards will break you apart. But guys, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going with the people's champ, Colby Covington, man. And I'm saying this as a fan. Don't go with me on this bet. I am a fan of Colby. I just can't stand to see Colby lose his fight to Leon Edwards, man. Colby is the people's champ, man. Guys, the way that if I was in the UFC, I would be the Colby Covington of UFC. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be so honest with you. So I can't go against a guy that's just similar to me. And Colby Covington, his game plan is relentless. Not only that, I'm just a biased fan of him. Forget my bias. He's just a relentless fighter. He's going to put the pressure on you at all times. I seen Kamaru Usman do it to Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman just couldn't finish the job. Basically, Colby Covington just has to do the same thing. The only difference is Colby Covington doesn't have the fear of the head strike, of the head kick, I mean. What killed Kamaru Usman in that second fight? He feared that head kick coming again. So he didn't know what to block, the leg or the head. So it kind of fucked with his mental. Colby Covington is not coming in with that mental. He's coming in with one job only, is to be scrappy. So I think Colby Covington could go ahead and take on Leon Rocky Edwards. The only thing that's going to be bad is if Leon can stop those takedowns, it's going to be a tough night for Colby. I don't know if you want to stand 5 rounds with Leon. That's probably not going to be the best thing to do. But all in all, I got Colby Covington winning this fight. I got it by decision. 5-round affair at that point. And I don't know. It's not going to be fight of the night. I want Colby to make this real boring, to be honest. I don't want Colby to make this a fight of the night, quite frankly. I just want Colby just to beat him up. Do not make it a fight of the night. If it's a fight of the night, that means it's a back and forth affair. And that's what I'm not expecting. I'm expecting domination, and I'm expecting him being able to steal rounds with ease. So, guys, I got Colby Covington for the main event for decision, not fight of the night. And that is my final lock of the day. They had some undercards like Josh Emmett, if I'm not mistaken, was fighting. If I'm not mistaken, Cody Garbrandt is also fighting. So there's a couple more fighters that they missed out on. But, you know, I feel comfortable with these picks right here. I believe we're going to make a lot of money, guys, within this UFC 5 community. So, guys, come lock in with me. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe. And, man, it's your boy Feta Dude. Suerte. And I'm out.